Me, 29 male, her 26 female, both military, dated for 5 years, married for 2, total almost 8 years. Last November, my wife went on a 5-week work trip. Ever since then, there were signs, distant, always on her phone, etc. D-Day was March 4th. She told me she had feelings for someone else, another woman. That's all she said. I was shocked and in disbelief. The next day, I moved to our spare bedroom and we separated bank accounts $5,050. That same weekend, spouse of the affair partner sent me messages with proof that they were intimate in the last night of the work trip. I was the last to know. Confronted the wife with the news and was met with hostility. That same week, she met with her mother, whom she is close to, and told her half of the story like she did to Meet. I then reached out to her mother and gave her the full truth. They are not speaking at the moment, and her mother supports me. I have told the wife I want to make things work. I got a counselor, give her space, and work on myself. She calls her affair partner nightly for over an hour each time since D-Day. When I confront her about the affair, she tells me she doesn't know what she wants and refuses to go to counseling, only confides in her friends that support her actions. Aside from talking about the affair, we are amicable. We did yard work together, watch movies, etc., but at 8 or 9 p.m., she needs her dopamine fix. The affair partner is a service member that is 10 years older than my wife. Overweight, has a newborn child and is currently getting a divorce with their spouse. The whole situation is crazy to anyone I confide in. I wish I had answers to how to pull her out of the fog and be rational, but I do not. Would like to make this relationship work, but I am becoming discouraged and starting to look at divorce. Side note, I am no longer as sad as I first was. I have pulled myself out of my depression, and I'm no longer allowing her to disrespect me. Any advice is appreciated. Our first reaction comes from unjust enrichment. Get rid of her. Please. My wife seems to have a lot of similarities to yours. It's not worth the pain you're about to go through. My wife had a long affair. After I found out, she tried to justify things by saying she never really felt married to me and that if she just pretended it didn't happen, she could convince herself it wasn't real. I ended her affair. No violence or threats of any sort were used, and now I am facing felony prosecution. I lost my job. I am probably going to lose my professional license and there's a chance I'm going to be incarcerated. All this because I cared and wanted to stop her affair. I have been seriously contemplating suicide for months now, and it's not getting any better. Don't allow yourself to be her victim. She doesn't give an F about how you feel or how much pain this is causing you. Get out before your life is destroyed. She is a narcissist, and if you are hurt by this, she will get pleasure from it. Next comment from Agile Opportunity 41. Unless she goes no contact with the affair partner, there is no chance in reconciliation. Go Greyrock or 180 and give her the option. It's me or affair partner you pick and let me know. If you don't cut her out, I take that as you picking her. If that's the case, have her move out and start individual counseling for yourself. Update from my original post: wife continues to contact her affair partner nightly, sometimes throughout the day at work. I pressed Uniform Code of Military Justice, action against the affair partner in Texas National Guard. They have followed through so far. They're conducting an investigation and plan to punish her soon. Affair partner has been counseled on the action being taken against her. Pissed the wayward wife off. I have not pressed UCMJ action on her in my own state at this time. Last weekend, my wife told me that she fears for her safety, is leaving for the weekend. Phone logs showed that for the first time in 4 months, they quit talking to one another. So I assume my wayward wife went to Texas to be with the affair partner. While she was gone, I told her father what she had done. Her mother has gone no contact with me and is starting to spend more time with the wayward wife. I got a good lawyer, filed, and she was served on Tuesday. Today, I saw online that she got a lawyer who got suspended for having sex with his clients, so I'd add, now reinstated. Encountered. I have not seen the counter yet. I'm nervous about what I'm going to see. Besides possessions, I asked to post her out the equity of the home and keep it, as well as the money I made of the home I previously bought as a single man, but sold right after marriage. In all, I'm worried as this is the life I built. Since her little trip, we have not spoken, but continue to live in the same home. And for anyone wondering why I haven't pressed UCMJ action is due to it being a card in my deck against her. Should I sooner rather than later or not at all? Hopefully, I'm doing the right things. I still can't believe what she has done, and I want this to be over. We have a reaction from Bentalik Prush. I haven't pressed UCMJ action is due to it being a card in my deck against her. Should I sooner rather than later or not at all? Discuss it with your lawyer. That's why you're paying the big bucks. Next reaction from Session Special. It would be better for you to press UCMJ early. Otherwise, they will view you in a negative light. Be on about it and live your life. Next reaction from Hambone 4164. I would hold off on using UCMJ against your wayward spouse until after the divorce is final. Don't even use it as a bargaining chip in negotiations. From what I understand, the ECMJ action can lead to a loss of rank, loss of income, a fine, or even discharge. And since your divorce will be done outside of the military's justice system, the court will look at her income when determining if and how much spousal support you need to provide her. The lower her income, the more you'll have to make up in spousal support. Once the divorce is over and spousal support is set, take the kid gloves off and go ahead and report her. Moving on. Girlfriend of 6 years cheated on me with her new general manager. Who cares about the context? Girlfriend on me with her new boss. Well, F me. There goes our 6-year relationship and our 5 cats and our whole lives together. I guess it was a good run, but was it? Update. She was pretty drunk when I found everything out. So I sure got some honest answers, but like details, I have to wait until she's sober in the morning. So just waiting for that while my heart is just completely shattered and our intertwined lives now have to be separated. Update 2. Talked more this morning. Nothing good. Just more details about how she went about cheating. I took her out for many patties last night. When she came home, she messaged her new boss. She got a wax. What the effing girl? Also, her laughing with her friends on text about how she cheated on me, and how much she's into this other guy. EF, there goes my life. I thought this girl was the one for real. I mean, we had problems, but always thought we'd be okay and be together. Pipe dreams. Update 3. GM called HR after I found everything out and called him. He's not GM at that place for right now, it seems. Now my maybe ex is super upset with me because I ruined his life and the apple of her eye. She says she hates me. GM has since blocked her and non-responsive. My girlfriend is desperately trying to apologize to him and probably wants to make it up to him. Why am I still saying I love her and want to work it out? What's wrong with me? P.S. Dio sent me. Our first reaction comes from Enforcement X. Good for you reporting them to our. F that guy and F your girl too. She's more worried about his well-being than she is about yours. You should kick her out and send her to his house with all her things and plastic bags. He doesn't want her. He doesn't love her. He's a sleazeball who used his power and authority to get your girl into bed. Now that he's in repercussions, he's dropped her like a bad habit and you need to kick her butt to the curb. You deserve better. Next up from one post and by. Look, don't put yourself up for having feelings for her. That makes you a loving person. The connection you felt was deep. So, of course, you can't sever them immediately. Even in the face of awful, awful behavior, you want what you loved. The thing is, you have to teach yourself that the love you felt, those emotions were real, but the relationship wasn't what you thought. Maybe she loved you like you thought long ago. Maybe not. Your love and tenderness and capacity to be loved is not diminished. But, yeah, she towards your relationship like a selfish monster, she only cares for herself, and it sounds like she has flipped the switch and enjoys hurting you. Don't feel weak or stupid for wanting what you used to have, but teach yourself that it's over. Don't get hung up on her winning, even though it might feel like it, with her exiting the relationship without the pain you are feeling. Instead, focus on getting yourself safely out. You have so much love to offer. You aren't a bad person for being treated by a self-centered jerk. It's time to retreat, get away from this whole toxic scene, and take care of yourself. You have some sad days ahead, but you will be okay. Little by little. Next story, wife of 17 years admitted she cheated. I married my high school sweetheart, we met in 2005. We dated for 7 years before we got married in 2012. When we got married, we had 2 beautiful kids, now 8-10. Well, about a month ago, we went to a friend's birthday party, and she got a little drunk and frisky. We got home, we put the kids to bed and went to the room to have some fun. While we were playing, we started dirty talking to each other about fantasies and other things that really turn us on. Well, in the heat of the moment, she admitted to me that she had messed around with a guy years ago. At that time, I chose not to confront her because she was drunk, and I wasn't sure if she was all there at the moment. I waited for the next day when she was sober, and I sat her down and told her we needed to talk. Long story short, she confirmed it that she had messed around with a guy who was 12 years older than and also married. She told me she slept with him only twice according to her, but she says she can't remember because it was so long ago. This happened in 2015, 2 years after our marriage, and a month after our son's first birthday. I've asked her details and explanations, and she does give me some stuff but just gets off saying she doesn't remember anymore. What she has told me, though, is very confusing to me because a lot of it is contradicting things she has told me, so I don't know what to think. I do believe her. She hasn't done it again, but does it excuse that she even did in the first place? Granted, we were not in a very good place at the time in our relationship, but I never in a million years would have expected that from her. I wholeheartedly trusted her and she stabbed me in the back. I do so love her, she is a wonderful mother, and I told her I wanted to try and work it out. But I do find myself in bad spots at times, lost in my own mind, and when she notices me, she gets upset at me because I don't know how to let things go. I guess I just need some advice. Will this ever go away? Will that ever stop hurting? Am I doing the right thing? And, also, should I ruin his wife's life as well by letting her know what happened? It says me off that he's out here living life without a care in the world while I'm here in my heart shattered and my whole world turned upside down. Our first response comes from Cranich. The way she reacts when you struggle with what she did shows to me that she is not remorseful or regrets what she did. In her eyes, it was okay for her to cheat on you, and now she wants you to think the same. Hence, she holds it against you that you can't let things go. The problem is you just learned what your wife is capable of and how little she cares about you. She showed you that if things are not sunshine and rainbows in your marriage, that she doesn't mind to cheat on you. She doesn't care about you. Probably not even enough is that she got tested for STDs afterwards. She's a dang good liar and lied to you for years. That is who your wife is, and you need to learn to let go of the person you thought she was and to see her for who she is. You believe her that nothing happened since, but you only do that because you still see her for who you thought she was, a faithful wife that is not capable to cheat on you. But if you see her for who she is, then you need to ask yourself why you should believe her that she hasn't cheated on you since then. I mean, her cheating on you was a pure success story. She had her fun and you never found out. So why do you think that she never did that again? What about the guy? Has she cut him out of her life, or is she still in contact with her lover? Take time for yourself now and process what she did. Separate the woman you thought she was from the woman she actually is. Once you did that and you see her for who she is, then you can make a decision about your future. Though right now, to be honest, I don't see a future for your marriage as long as she is not willing to see and accept the damage she did, to face it and to work it out. If you read other stories here, then you will quickly find out that most of those that end badly are ones where the affair was rug swept and never worked out. That is what your wife is trying to do. She wants to road sweep her affair. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way. One more comment from Biphosaurus 4. You don't know how to let things go? That's heartless. She has had 7 years to trick herself into feeling blameless, but you literally just found out recently that she cheated. And on top of that, you found out she lied to you for 7 years about it. She can stop with flipping the script and making you out to be the one in the wrong here. You're allowed to have emotions about this. I don't see any healthy possible way of moving past it, while she says things like that, and isn't owning up to the full truth. You should see a therapist individually, if possible, as a place to work through this. Also, give yourself space from her if you haven't yet. Either ask her to leave or take a vacation yourself to clear your mind. You should tell the wife 100% not to take revenge, but to give her the choice. She should know who she is with, and be given the choice to decide. Plus, the both of you should go get tested. It's possibly both cheated with others as well over the years. I'm sorry your life has been turned upside down.